Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive, absolute paradigm shift in how we interact with AI. You know, OpenAI just quietly rolled out what might be their most important update yet. They've integrated Codex, which is your powerful autonomous desktop AI agent, right inside the ChatGPT Mobile app. So we're going to break down exactly what this means, how you actually use it, and why it's going to completely change the game for mobile productivity. Seriously, think about that for just a second. We're also used to ChatGPT just being, a conversational bot, a helpful little assistant you text back and forth with. But what if it wasn't just a chatbot? Imagine your phone acting like a remote control for a high-powered drone, except instead of a drone, it's steering this incredibly powerful AI agent living right on your desktop computer back at home or at the office. The sheer convenience this unlocks is just wild.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, the AI remote control. Then, setting up Codex Mobile. After that, superpowers in your pocket. Fixing the localhost problem. And finally, the era of vibe coding. Okay, let's jump right in.
Okay, let's dive into Section 1, the AI remote control and changing how we build. Here's the absolute core concept you need to grasp here. Your ChatGPT iPhone app now connects directly to your desktop. Boom. You're no longer limited to whatever processing power or file storage you happen to have on your phone. Whether you're chilling at a coffee shop or commuting on a train, you can literally build apps, automate complex workflows, and manage massive files just by commanding your desktop AI from afar.
Your mobile app essentially transforms into a live dashboard for your entire desktop workspace. It's like having your office in your pocket. You can trigger a huge data analysis or some complex coding build right from your phone, and the agent does all the heavy lifting back on your desktop. You just sit back, monitor the progress remotely, and everything stays perfectly synced across your devices.
Right, moving on to Section 2, setting up Codex Mobile in 4 quick steps.
Getting this running is incredibly straightforward, but, and this is absolutely crucial, you have to follow the steps exactly. Step 1, update your Codex desktop app to the newest version. Step 2, do the exact same thing for your ChatGPT iPhone app. Older versions, they absolutely won't show the connection option. Step 3, restart both applications. And Step 4, make sure both devices are connected to the exact same Wi-Fi network. That's the magic key for that initial handshake. Then, just open the mobile menu, select Codex, and hit Connect. Simple as that.
Once you're connected, you're going to notice Codex supports 2 distinct modes, and it really helps to understand the difference. You've got projects, which are designed for larger coding systems and big, ongoing builds. But on the other hand, if you aren't doing heavy development, let's say you're just doing research, quick tasks, or lightweight workflows, you'll want to use chats. And here's a quick pro tip. You can speed up your daily workflow by jumping into the settings and making chats first your default interface. It's a lifesaver that just saves you unnecessary clicks when you're out and about.
That brings us to Section 3, superpowers in your pocket. We're talking voice, plugins, and access. Honestly, voice control is one of the absolute biggest advantages of this whole mobile integration. Just think about the universal nightmare of fat-fingering some massive multi-step coding prompt on a tiny phone screen. It's just terrible, right? Instead, you can just naturally speak complex workflows into the app while you're commuting or, walking to grab a coffee. You just ask for a deep web investigation or a big document generation, and boom, your desktop AI immediately gets to work on it.
And that voice capability, it ties seamlessly into plugins. Right from the mobile interface, you can still trigger these powerful desktop tools using the @ symbol, like for documents, spreadsheets, or browser access. Now, you might not visually see those traditional / commands pop up on your phone screen, but if your desktop is configured for them, your natural voice prompts will absolutely still trigger those existing desktop skills. You literally just tell your phone, @browser, investigate this topic, and your desktop instantly springs into action.
Now, because these workflows are pretty complex, they take time, and that brings us to real-time desktop visibility. While your remote agent is just grinding away, Codex can actually show you screenshots, browser previews, active task states, and workflow progress right there on your phone. Plus, the mobile app will ping you with push notifications when those long-running workflows or big documents finally finish up. So you can just launch a massive task, toss your phone back in your pocket, and let the AI tap you on the shoulder when the heavy lifting is done.
Of course, to give the AI this kind of power, you have to choose your trust level with permissions. You've got default permissions, which means you manually approve actions. It's definitely safer, but then there's full access mode. This allows Codex to autonomously navigate your files, build projects, and modify applications all across your computer. It completely supercharges your mobile capabilities, for sure, but it requires a lot of trust since the AI is operating completely on its own. So, maybe double check so it doesn't accidentally rewrite your tax returns.
All right, moving to Section 4, fixing the local host problem and testing apps on mobile.
Okay, so here's the big mystery. And honestly, the biggest friction point in all of this. If you're building an app or a website from your phone, but the code itself is actually being written and hosted on your desktop computer sitting miles away at home, how on earth do you test it? You can't exactly just type a web address into your phone's browser because the app isn't actually on the internet yet.
To really get why this is a problem, we need to quickly look at what localhost actually is. Basically, localhost is the local, offline desktop environment on your computer where apps run before they go public. Think of it like a walled garden. So if Codex creates this brilliant new application running on localhost, your mobile phone has zero way to directly access it. And that creates a massive disconnect between what you're prompting on mobile and your ability to actually see the thing you just built.
But there is an insider workaround, and it is an absolute secret weapon, the automatic deployment workflow. By installing a deployment plugin inside Codex, you essentially create a custom rule. This rule says, hey, every time the AI updates the code on the desktop, automatically push those updates to the public internet and send a live URL straight back to my phone. By following this automated loop, you completely bypass the localhost problem altogether. It literally transforms your setup into a true mobile-first development environment.
Finally, let's look at Section 5, the era of vibe coding and moving beyond conversation.
With that automatic deployment link popping up on your phone, it's a whole new world. Imagine you're just sitting at a coffee shop. You ask Codex for a landing page. It builds it on your desktop, deploys it, and you view it instantly on your phone. Then, you ask it to tweak the typography or add a full authentication system or backend database. Boom, the link refreshes. You're literally building complex, database-driven multi-page apps from anywhere without ever touching a physical keyboard. And hey, this isn't just for heavy software engineers either. Because Codex has full access to your desktop files, it completely unlocks these incredibly creative lightweight automations. For instance, here's an unexpected use case. You could be sitting on the beach, open the app, and just say, hey, pull those recent local photos from my computer, build a simple web gallery, and shoot me a public link to share with my family. The desktop AI handles the whole shebang remotely.
This whole process creates what's known as the vibe coding loop. You build from your phone, test the apps instantly via that deployed link, open live versions immediately, and just iterate in real time. The days of having a great idea on the go, jotting it down in a notes app, and waiting until you're finally sitting back at your desk to execute it, those days are completely over. The loop is now continuous no matter where you are.
So the crucial point is captured perfectly right here. This moves ChatGPT beyond conversation. It turns the mobile app into a remote operational layer for AI agents running on your computer. We are moving so far beyond a simple chatbot interface. By combining all of this, voice interaction, long-running agents, automatic deployment, the mobile app has completely evolved. It's now a persistent, synchronized remote control for a highly capable desktop assistant.
Which brings us to the ultimate question. How will a portable AI operating system change the way you work tomorrow? Your phone isn't just a communication device anymore. It's a literal pocket-sized command center for a full desktop AI system. The bottleneck isn't your hardware anymore, it's just your imagination. So, what are you going to build tomorrow? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you next time.